This wild mushroom does more for your immune system than most supplements on the shelf, and today I'm turning it into one of the most powerful immune supporting extracts you can make at home. So this is Birch Polypore, which is known to have specific antiviral and antibacterial properties. Remember though, this method I'm about to show you works well with any mushroom that is known to have strong medicinal properties. So let's crack on and I'll show you how to make this concentrated powder extract. First of all, I rinse the mushroom to remove any dirt or debris such as bits of bark as it was attached to a tree. You then cut the mushroom up into small pieces. Don't overthink this, but as a rough guide, 1 to 2 centimetre cubes is fine. Put the chopped mushroom into a pan, weighing what you have, because you're then going to add 10 times as much water. So for example, I had 378 grams of mushroom, so I would add 3,780 millilitres of water, which I rounded up to 3.8 litres of water. You then put the pan on a hob, bring it to the boil and simmer for 2 to 3 hours with the lid off so that water can escape, because you want to lose most of the water you've added during the cooking process. I then let the mixture cool a little before putting it into a blender and blitzing it up. Once blended thoroughly, I pour the mixture, which might be liquidy or paste-like depending on various factors, onto trays that can go in my dehydrator. I line the trays with a non-stick baking paper. If you don't use a lining, then lightly oil the trays that you use. I pour the mixture into the trays anywhere from 1 to 5 millimeters deep. Bear in mind, the deeper the mixture in the tray, the longer it will take to dehydrate. You want to dehydrate the blended mixture at 35 degrees Celsius for as long as it takes for it to be completely dry. You'll know you've reached this point when it feels totally dry and the mixture snaps like a crisp if you try to bend it. How long it takes will vary depending on all sorts of factors, but in the best case scenario, we are still talking several hours as a minimum, and sometimes 24 to 48 hours in some circumstances. Anyway, once it's dried, I take the dried mixture and snap and break it up into smaller pieces, and then put these small pieces into a blender, or as I used, a coffee grinder, and blend it up into a powder. You can then store the powder in an airtight, clean glass jar, ideally away from heat and in the dark, such as in a cupboard. And in those conditions, it should keep for a couple of years potentially. Depending on your needs, you can use anywhere from 2 to 4 grams as a dose and 1 to 3 doses per day. Personally, for preventing viral infections and minimising the effects of any that get through, I'm going to use 2 grams as a dose twice a day. You can put your powdered dose into other dishes, including soups, or into herbal teas if you don't mind the bits, or as I did here, into a dandelion coffee where I drink the bits of dandelion root at the bottom anyway, so don't mind having mushroom bits in as well. Another very simple way is just to put some into a glass of water and drink that.